Welcome. I'm John Pifer for Mining Interactive. Pleased to bring you yet another in our series of special interviews for the website for some very, very prime exploration companies. In this case, it's Tinka Resources, and my guest is Andrew Carter, who is the President and Chief Executive Officer. Welcome.
Thanks, John.
Good to see you again. Good to see you again. I know that in Peru, the word from Tinka seems to be getting better and better.
It's been an exciting year for us, John. Started off slowly. We reviewed all our properties and suddenly we realised we had this gem, for want of a better word, called Colquipukro.
Now, he can say it, I can't pronounce it, but that's the name of the mine potential of the exploration area. Say it again.
Colquipukro.
What he said. Now, in looking at some of the website information on this, with mining, usually it's a hole in the ground. Not so here.
Well, it's probably a little early to tell with that, but the interesting thing about Colquipukro is that it's in the central silver belt of Peru, near some of the famous mines like Cerro de Pasco and Uchuchagua.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be another difficult one for you.
You're getting really good at this.
And it is, yes, it's a hill sitting above a valley. And we did some surface exploration there, discovered an adit, and decided to explore this adit. And in doing so, we realised that the intervening wall rock between the old veins was mineralised.
Which tells you what?
That tells us that we have a bulk mineable situation. A long way to go yet, however. The initial results, we channel sampled for 245 metres in this adit, so it's as good as a horizontal drill hole. And some of the results, 25 metres at 171 grams of silver.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all.
8 at 253 grams per tonne of silver, and up to 1,000 in short spots. So all of the wall rock, the intervening wall rock, was mineralised.
And the fact that this hill seems to, as you say, be fully, substantially mineralized, gives you the option to see what else might be in there besides silver.
It does indeed. I mean, being the belt that it is, it's a base metal belt, the zinc and the lead. But the thing for us to do was to determine above ground to see whether it was leached or the mineralisation was at surface as well. And we did a channel sample immediately over the adit, about 150 metres above them, the adit, I should say, and it was all highly mineralised to surface. So we were getting 17 metres at 88 grams at surface, 10 metres at 130, wow. 8 at 145.
And one of the things, as I learn more about mining exploration, it is absolutely fascinating to see the grids and the manner in which they do the exploratory testing. And in this project, quite a bit has already been done.
It has, John. We decided to determine the area of mineralisation as much as we could. We used a diamond saw and we literally cut for 300 plus metres on 5 lines, so there's 1.5 kilometres using a diamond saw, power saw, and we stepped out 100 metre lines. And the mineralisation continued to the east. The silver values started to get lower, although it was still anomalous at surface. But the interesting thing is that we stepped out, we were getting 25 metres of 4% zinc. So that's a very interesting situation. Sorry, 15 metres, I should say, at 4%, but it was still running 109 grams of silver.
One of the things about exploration, too, is if there's one word, patience. As you start to get results, as the geological people come back and give their assessment of those results. And from your side, it's all a matter of making sure all the homework is done, all the due diligence is done, so that then further decisions can be taken.
That's correct. And it's one thing Tinka does. People criticise us, but that we might be slow, but we like to determine exactly what is there before we go racing ahead and spending a lot of money. Mm-hmm. There is no question that this is a drillable project.
And all of that work is, in effect, laying the foundation. Now, many of the people, if not most of the people who see these videos, are investors or potential investors. With the homework that you've done, the due diligence that you've done, Tinka now may well be worth looking at for something further down the road for expansion.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I'm very happy with this
You may
project.
be slightly prejudiced, but it's
I'm
true.
prejudiced,
It's true.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
No, we've determined that from the adit to the surface sample, you've got about 150 metres of mineralised material. Now that's exciting because, as I said, the adit is like a horizontal drill hole. We've been able to determine that it's not leached, it's mineralised all the way to the surface. This project's got legs, we know that. We've just completed our IP. The interpretation is currently being done by a geophysicist. We should have the results for that in 3 weeks. Our drill application is in.
Beautiful.
In Lima. And our intention is to start drilling as soon as we can.
Well, Peru has a history of some, as you said earlier, some pretty amazing silver projects, and Tinka seems to be right on top of it. One last thing, I remember a year ago when we first were talking about this site, Tinka had about 2,000 hectares. You actually went out and made sure you had even more.
Yes, we've secured another 5,000, approximately 5,000 hectares around our original 2,034. So we've got substantial holdings and a lot more area to explore.
Oh, that augurs well. So keep it in mind. Tinka Resources, they are listed on the TSX. Andrew Carter is the Chief Executive Officer. And the man who, as president, spends a lot of time in Peru making sure that all the due diligence is being done. Andrew, good to see you again.
Thank you, John. Pleasure to be here.
Well, we'll do it again another year, maybe earlier.
Let's
you
make
keep
it
us
early
posted.
because I want those drill results.
You keep us posted. 2007 looks like being quite a year for Tinka. I'm John Pifer. Thanks for joining us. Let's do it again.